And there's more bad news for Uddhav Thackeray this Thursday morning. More MLAs have now ditched the Mahavikas Aghadi and arrived in Guwahati at the Radisson Blu, where Shinde's MLAs, where the rebels continue to stay. So more legislators now joining the rebel camp. Is this the beginning of the end for not just the Shiv Sena but for the Mahavikas Aghadi? Let's in fact get you details of exactly who these rebels are, who's joined now the Shinde camp. We understand that there were two cars that made its way into Radisson Blu with MLAs who flew down from Maharashtra. There was a lot of talk that Eknath Shinde had a lot more support in Maharashtra, that there were many MLAs who had expressed their support to him. And it looks like these MLAs have now flown down to Guwahati to stay with all of the rebels. Eknath Shinde yesterday had claimed that he has 46 and counting. He's saying that a lot more MLAs are going to be joining him, and it looks like that really is the case, because the images that you see on your screens on the right side there are of more MLAs making their way to the Guwahati resort where Eknath Shinde currently is. Paulami Saha is joining us live from Guwahati with more details on this. Paulami, Shinde's numbers swelling up by the hour. Who are these MLAs who made their way in?
Well, Akshita, we're still trying to ascertain the details, but yes, we can confirm that in fact the Shinde camp is swelling at the moment. This is the Radisson Hotel behind me in Guwahati, where just a few moments ago two cars drove in with tight security and escort vehicles, and they clearly had arrived at the airport from where they had been escorted into the hotel. We of course had information about these MLAs arriving earlier this morning, but because they were trying to hide their identities, they had dark windows and dark screens over their car windows, so they were trying to in fact hide their identity. Shortly we will be able to confirm, but we can say that at least 2 to 3 MLAs have joined the Shinde camp ranks, Akshita.
Okay, so 2 more MLAs have gone in. Paulami, any idea about the numbers right now? What does that mean? How many MLAs does Shinde have with him there in that resort in Guwahati?
Well, again, after we confirm the 2 to 3 MLAs figure, we'll of course be able to give you a total figure. But at the moment, before these 2 vehicles arrived over here under tight security, there were 13 Shiv Senics who were with Eknath Shinde. So the total strength of the Shiv Sena, including Mr. Eknath Shinde, stands at 31 inside the hotel prior to the arrival of these new MLAs. And also, as far as independents are concerned, they stand at about 6 who have lent their support to, of course, Mr. Eknath Shinde. But if you start looking at the numbers in terms of what we are hearing as to those who are emerging as his supporters, we know that there are 3 other supporters, at least in Mumbai, who have pledged their support to him, who clearly look like they belong to the Eknath Shinde gang. That in fact includes Dada Buse, that includes in fact Sanjay Rathod as well as Santosh Bangar. They are there. Also, what we were hearing is Mangesh Kudalkar of the Kurla Assembly constituency, as well as Sada Sarvankar. If Sada Sarvankar comes, Akshita, it's going to be a huge blow and a perception blow to Uddhav Thackeray, because Sada Sarvankar, again, a famous Shiv Sainik, he hails from the constituency of Dadar Assembly. Dadar is where Shiv Sena Bhavan stands. Dadar is where Shivaji Park stands, where they have their annual Dashera rally. So that is said to be basically the turf of the Shiv Sena. If the MLA from that constituency leaves, imagine the perception blow for Uddhav Thackeray. So these are some of the names. Also Deepak Kesarkar. Deepak Kesarkar in fact spoke to us yesterday over the phone line on India Today, and of course defended Eknath Shinde's stand after Uddhav Thackeray had gone live on social media and what Eknath Shinde was thinking about the same. Deepak Kesarkar is not here, so he's not a part of the numbers here of 31, but he definitely is an Eknath Shinde supporter. Akshita.
The information we're picking up, Paulami, is that in those 2 cars that made their way inside the resort where you are at Radisson Blu, there were 3 MLAs inside those vehicles. So Shinde's numbers swelling here. 3 more MLAs have joined, and going by at least what the Shinde camp says, Paulami, many more will be joining through the day. They've booked hotel rooms because they believe that there'll be a lot more numbers now.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Akshata. They have in fact prepared for the long haul. So even if it means waiting and watching, trying to break the Uddhav camp ranks, they're prepared for the long haul over here. In fact, the the hotel booking officially is for 6 days, starting yesterday, the 22nd of June. But when we spoke to our sources, they said, oh, it can go up to 2 weeks. That's not a problem, and we are prepared for that long haul. The official booking may have been for 6 days. So that is how Eknath Shinde has virtually prepared for this battle against the Uddhav Thackeray-led Shiv Sena. He has prepared with the long term in mind sight. He has done meticulous planning. He has brought it down to the finer details of it. And like I was telling you earlier, an anecdotal, a narrative which was given to me by someone who in fact had spoken with Mr. Shinde. He in fact said, "Tera chhod ke sab mere paas aayenge," which means minus 50 out of 55, 42 are going to stand with me. And that's only the Shiv Sena. We're not counting the independents. Actually.
That's a big number. And if that comes true, it's going to be as embarrassing as it gets for Uddhav Thackeray. Paulami, stay on with me.